Hey guys, 1-on-1 here, and today we are taking a look at the new Transformers Takare Tome. It is the Transformers Kingdom War for Cybertron Optimus Primal. Really looking forward to this. Cool looking box. Nice graphic of him right there, and in beast mode right there. There is the back. Let's open him up. Alright, so here he is finally in my hands. I am so psyched for this guy. You know how much I love Optimus Primal. He's always in my front cover for all my videos. The Robot Masters version right here. Still have him. But yeah, we'll get into size comparisons really quickly. Let's take a quick look at this guy up close and personal. Alright, and there he is. He looks fantastic looking. I think they did a great job. This is a mass-produced, deluxe class figure, right? And he looks fantastic. The head sculpt is really good looking. The chest plate is fantastic. The texture on the body, of the gorilla body that is really nice actually. Really cool. And going down, a lot of nice features and details all around the body, the robot part at least, all the small things, all these small little details that you would not see in the other ones are actually here, which is pretty nice. How accurate is it to the TV show? Not really, but there have been different incarnations of Optimus Primal through animes or different series that might have a little more detail in general. But overall, he's looking pretty good, and I'm really impressed by it. Now, as for accessories, he does come with 2 swords right here, which is really nice. Look pretty nice as well. I like the look. They did a pretty good job on how they look overall. Looks great. They do store on his back also, so you can see in the back right here, he does have a little bit of an insert, so you can put the tabs from the swords right there. And they do go on pretty nice. It's not like the old one, where you kind of slide it into the back. It's kind of concealed, which is not bad. This is, like I said, the mass-produced deluxe figure for the price point. I'm pretty happy with it, and yeah, it looks pretty okay. Alright, so before we get into any more features, I want to go right into size comparisons because I've been waiting for so long to do this. So here he is. This is the Power of the Primes Optimus with the Optimum Optimus figure. This is the masterpiece right here, and right here is my Robot Masters one, which, this is pretty nice too. It's a lot more accurate actually when it comes to transformation, because this one goes straight down like that, head pops out, flaps up, this back part goes up like that. Very simple, very fast. This is like a mini version of the original one that came out. And there you have Optimus Primal. Alright, so here they are in all their glory. As you can see, the nice evolution of the figure. Obviously, the masterpiece is a great one. I think there's another one that came out too, a little bit darker color scheme. But the texture on it is a little different. The newest one that came out is actually pretty good too. You have more detail in the texture as well. And just a different evolution of the figure. Like I said, this is a mass-produced one at $20, right? It's pretty nice. Alright, for another size comparison, we have the 3 stages of Optimus Prime. And this is what I've always wanted right here in my collection. Like an actual proper scale as well. So we have, obviously, the new one right here. We have the original Transmetal Optimus Primal right here. And of course, right here we have the Power of the Primes Optimus Primal, or Optimal Optimus. I actually like this size. I also have the Perfect Effect one as well. Let me get that really quickly. Swap you out. And here is the Perfect Effect, which is humongous, by the way. And I'm actually going to have him with the Masterpiece one and also the Trans Arts one, which will be on a different display in my house. But these 3, on the other hand, I like the look because also, they're most likely mass-produced versions of the show, give or take, so I like to keep them together. But overall, I just like how this looks. You can, you can match them up by size. Looks pretty cool like that. Take a nice picture and stuff like that. So, really happy to have that in my collection, finally. And for another fun size comparison, here he is next to my other favorite heroes, Captain America and Superman. Honestly, the size isn't that bad. I mean, given the fact, he's a gorilla. Most gorillas aren't even, taller than 6 feet tall, to be honest. So the scale wise when it comes to Transformers and Beast Wars is always up in the air, but they don't look that bad, to be honest. But here they are, my 3 favorite heroes, all side by side. Alright, so going back to some features of this guy, he does have his side cannons right here, which are pretty cool. I don't like how they are operated though. I guess obviously small figure, you had to make some compromises. You could fold them in so you don't have them out all the time, but you kind of have to like pop his body down and then you slide them. Well, you can do it now. You have to actually pop this up and then slide it to get out of the way. And then you can fold that in and then bring him back like that. And I actually like him like this without the cannons popping out. So it looks pretty cool too. Now another nice feature, they do have his side cannons on his arm, which actually you press right here to pop him out like this. And they do come out a little bit. You kind of bring them out and you can kind of angle them a little bit like so. Not completely accurate because in the other one, like this one, let's say, from the masterpiece, a little bit better, right? And they actually flap open, like on the TV show, and they come out like this. But this is a masterpiece, so I can't, you can't judge that. However, this one, which is how old, by now, this one flaps open like this, and it's pretty not as accurate, but you do at least have that flap, like in the TV show. You had always had a flap right there that flapped open, which is pretty cool, in my opinion. But other than that, that's just a small nitpick of mine, really small. But other than that, you can pop both sides out, which is nice to have right there. And of course, if you bring up the back cannons right here, you have a really armed Optimus Primal, which he has done a couple of times in the show when he fired all 4 of them, and he's went boom. Alright, so let's go into articulation before we go to beast mode. Ball jointed head, which is fantastic. A little bit hindered, but you do get some decent poses out of it, which is pretty nice. You can angle it a little bit. He does have a butterfly joint, which is nice, so it does come in handy right there, which is new, honestly. I think only the masterpiece has that. Right here, swivel at the shoulders right there, and also a hinge at the shoulders, so it goes in and out, which is nice. Bicep swivel, one point at the elbow, but just goes all the way forward, which is really good too. And at the wrist, he does have a swivel right here, and he also has articulated fingers. So actually, if you wanted to put his swords in his hand, I didn't do it before, you don't really need the articulated fingers to do it, because it does have a little slot in there. But you can just close it up, which is nice. Go down to right here, he does have a swivel joint right there, which is nice at the waist. Going to the hips, T-jointed hips, they go all the way up like that. Pretty nice. Go back to the side. Pretty decent overall. There is a thigh swivel in there as well. I have noticed already, just having this figure and doing the review, he is scratching up inside there. You can see that, which I'm not that happy about. It's pretty fast already, just having this figure for what, less than half an hour. Scratch there and scratch inside there just by moving him, so be aware of that. But other than that, he does also have one joint at the knee. You put the clip this in to be like that, but sometimes it might declip, but by doing that you actually get more articulation, so it's up to you. Not a big deal. Over here, lower leg, he does have a little bit of a swivel as well. It doesn't go all the way, but it does go a little bit left and right. And of course, at his foot right here, he does have a pivot at the ankle, which is nice. And also you do have his toes that go all the way forward. Get to beast mode really quickly. It's a pretty fast and quick transformation. I also want to point out his shoulder pads. They are technically articulation joints, and I like them because they do click into place, which is nice. They don't actually like, they're like not just like on the swivel that kind of go up and down like this. The masterpiece had that on ratchet joints, which is nice too, so they probably picked that up from that. But overall, it definitely is nice to have. So yeah, beast mode, let's go. So beast mode, bring these down like this. Most of the big stuff come in the body right here, so you want to pull back the back part. Actually, bring this down first, if you want to do that. And then bring that back. Then you pop this forward, like so. Rotate. You want to bring down the cannons. Then you rotate the gorilla head forward, like so. Very easy. And bring that down, and then you flop this forward, and like that. Everything else is academic. Swap around, bring the feet back over here up. So you're supposed to kind of like, I mean, you could leave them like this if you're standing forward and straight up. That's cool too. But you're supposed to kind of like angle the knees in a little bit right here. It is a little tricky, so like you kind of have to like finagle it a little bit sometimes. Sometimes I don't care, but just to do it for the video, bring this up like that and fold it in like that. So like if he's on all fours, you have that right there. Same thing on the other side, like that. And then the back piece right here, you just kind of flatten it out a little bit. And then there you go. Now you have him in beast mode. You want to bring his arms and his hands forward too, to hide the arm part. And now you have that. And what's awesome about this is the articulation on the head joint. You can bring it up all the way up like this. So he is on all fours. And, you know, looks pretty good. Like other ones, his head's always facing down, except for the masterpiece. You do have a little bit of showing right there of the robot mode. Not a big deal. But overall, I think it looks pretty good. And of course, I'm going to bring him up standing forward like I did before. You just bring his head down like this and whatnot. He's standing nice. This front part right here, you know, it's just the weirdest part, I guess. I guess they want to do it to hide, obviously, all this right there. But yeah, it is what it is. Nice figure. And for another look, here they all of them in beast form right here, which I like a lot too. I'm a big fan of gorillas, obviously. And yeah, so Transmetal, first mode, first stage, and Optimus right there. Alright, so yeah, pretty awesome looking figure. A couple of things to point out is, I'm not going to say it's inaccurate because who knows how he's going to be like. Obviously they're going to come on the new show from Netflix. You don't know how they're going to be portrayed per se. But going back to the original series, this is a little bit different colors, like the feet are different colors compared to this one. Also the ball joint right here is blue rather than red, like from the TV show. Maybe small things that are subtly different. But yeah, I think he's fantastic. I think for the price point, like what is he, I don't know if he's 25 bucks, 30 bucks. You know, he's definitely a great figure. And obviously, in my opinion, probably the best one. Like obviously the masterpiece is great, but scale-wise, price point, I have to go with this one. It just is really nice. And like I said, I've been a fan of Beast Wars, of Optimus Primal, since I was a little kid. I'm 34 now. And yeah, still is my favorite hero. So that's about it, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. And like always, comment, criticize, subscribe. Do whatever you want to pay attention. Follow me on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Like the video, give it a thumbs up. Peace. Hey guys, Wallen Customs here. And, Hey guys, Wallen1 here.